The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Did you buy a Powerball ticket?
No.
I didn't. Did you? Oh, good. And then it's the worst when you don't. And then you hear the news and they say, someone's won. You go, okay, no worries. And then they say Perth. And you go, oh, my God. Because you know what it is? It's like, it's not me, because I know I'm in Perth and it's not me. And then you think straight over, for me personally, it better not be Nat or Shaun.
I think it's been 2 weeks in a row,
you know what?
Sorry, because the 30 mil went off last week.
2 weeks in a row, I've gone to the same place after I've gone to Woolies. And I played the man a bit, and I've also both times bought a set for life as well.
Oh, right.
The thing about it is, I don't want you two to win just because I don't want one of you to leave.
And
knowing that you're on a private yacht and we're here. So, 15 people from Perth, workmates, have claimed the $30 million prize. The amazing thing is they usually buy the Saturday ticket and they forgot to, and then they just bought this instead. $2 million each.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
It's nice.
I'd like to know if it was one person's decision, because one person who's in charge of that group, right?
Yeah,
and
always.
he's the person.
Yeah, so that one person, they've been interviewed, they're the one that forgot the ticket.
So then went and did
bought the Powerball
That is
instead.
amazing.
Went and did the Powerball as
You
well.
love a story like that.
One winner joked that as soon as she heard the news, she bought a pineapple, because to her, that's the ultimate treat.
Oh.
Cost of living.
A pineapple?
How much are pineapples?
things.
I don't know.
I've never bought a whole pineapple.
I haven't
I
bought
actually
one
asked
in
Sonny
years.
the other day, do you want me to get you a pineapple?
Like a whole
pineapple?
Because there was a sign when you walked into Coles, pineapple, blah, blah, blah. It didn't say the price, I don't think. I said, do you want a pineapple, by the way? You
This is the thing, though. Pineapples
Are
are
you
the
into
scary
that?
thing. Because there's some shopping centres in Perth, if you have bananas and you turn them
that's
upside
right.
down, it means that you want sex.
Yeah,
right?
it does.
And pineapples on
And
a
pineapples
cruise.
are... no, pineapples anywhere. If you
No,
put a
but
pineapple...
especially on a cruise, if you put a pineapple on your door, that means you are up for it, Shaun.
Well, the cruise got the idea from the land, because that's what they do. They put them outside of their houses. Or they'll put like a little pineapple sticker in Florida, especially.
Is this
Florida loves
real?
it.
I
And
know.
they're swingers. They just swing.
Is this real? Because I did read, we talked about the what? No, we...
Okay.
bananas thing.
Are there swingers in Perth that are listening? Is the pineapple thing real? And also, has anyone been picked up with a bunch of bananas?
And the other thing, Nathan, that signifies you're a swinger is pampas grass out the front of your house as
really,
well.
Nat?
What is pampas grass?
You would know it if you saw
Is
it,
it the
Shaun.
stuff that,
It's
like-
that stuff out the front of your house.
It looks like that. It's sort of like straw with the white stuff on top.
Yeah.
You know, the white
Okay.
spray. The
Okay.
80s stuff that people used to put in the ceramic pot in the corner.
Yeah, right, okay,
There you go,
got that.
There it is,
that
that's
crap.
stuff.
Okay, that means you're a swinger's house?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, okay. You read all these things all the time.
Going to
and I
take
know
a walk
anyone
around
who-
the neighbourhood today, are you?
So do you think the pineapple, do you think it's a lie?
I don't know. I just don't know anyone
Not a
who's
lie, but a
taken this
myth
up.
is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Like,
if
yeah,
we
yeah.
had
If
the bananas thing,
if we
we've
have
both
any
read.
swingers, active swingers listening to us, 13, 24, 10, I'll give you something. Give you something special. Get a
New
little prize
harness?
for you. Get a little prize for you. Something you can use in the bedroom, maybe. I mean, each of their own.
When did you bring it in from home?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I got some bats in my bag.
Still in the box now.
I think we've got some bananas in the kitchen.
If there are any swingers that can verify whether it's a
what are the signs?
maybe we don't have maybe we're not a swinging show. Maybe we're
Maybe not.
maybe we're more the
Who
monkey
would
bars.
they listen to?
But has anyone ever picked up by having bananas upside down in their
no.
trolley? Because I'm not sure about that one as well.
I
Do you
think
agree?
is it a gay thing? Is it for the gay?
don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if it's bananas or a gay string. It
even
seems
if
like
you-
it's a gay thing.
I
Many
think-
bananas together.
Bananas or not, if you're walking around the supermarket, I don't often see a lot of viable options. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
I hear you. Loud and clear.
What happens if your spring onions are hanging out of the trolley?
No, that's a whole
I mean, what the hell are you going to get in the car park then?
Oh, you need a good
We
waxing.
better
if
move
that's the
quick.
case.
That's what I'm
Don't
saying.
even touch the eggplant.
Hey, no one's ringing though.
No one's ringing because we're a
Classy show.
Monogamous.
we're
Monogamous
a
show.
classy show, and we're full of everyone that listens full of morals.
Famously, Shaun.
So many
one
morals.
dog, one bone.
That's
famously.
right.
Famously.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Nat, remember years ago, Terry from Big Brother. She used to live in Perth. She was a swinger. And
really?
Yeah. So I knew her, of course, through Big Brother. And one morning we were talking about swinging.
She was
and
my
rang
nurse
us.
when I was going to hospital once.
Oh,
True
really?
story. I was having my gallbladder out. She was the nurse
Did you get
that
her to wash her
admitted
hands?
me.
Thoroughly.
So anyway, and she called us one morning, and she was coming home from a swingers event at a house that morning.
Hey, we've got a caller. Sharon, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, Sharon.
Are you what we might call a swinger?
Oh gosh, no.
Oh, okay. Have you just called for fun?
I'm what my kids call very vanilla.
Okay, all right. So do you have any insight about pineapples and
I
pampas
do.
grass?
I lived in Sydney over 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And already it was a thing. If you went to Bondi Junction Coles and you left your bananas in the top of the trolley,
Yeah.
it meant that you were free and available for a date. So
Now,
it
For a
wasn't
date, okay, so
necessarily-
people can approach you there,
But
Sharon.
the bananas,
do they?
the bananas, the bunch has to be facing up. So
Yes,
it has
so
to
the
curve
curve
up,
up,
and
yeah.
the curve down is you're not
And
interested.
are they
that's
free flowing or
the first
Cavendish?
Yeah.
They're lady fingers, Sean. Did anybody ever actually pick up this way?
So for me, I never left the bananas in my top of my trolley.
Sure.
But I was always aware of where my bananas were in my trolley.
You're always aware. You got to be careful, don't
You
you?
got to make sure it doesn't creep towards the peaches, Sean.
Yeah. Imagine if
Or
you
you
go in
just-
one day and you see your partner there as well
Yeah.
shopping and they've got their bananas.
no, Sean,
Hang on a minute.
John, you go there and you see your partner who's got like a trolley with nothing but bananas in it. Just like stacked with a broom of bananas. Like, what the hell are you planning? You are wonderful, Sharon.
Thank you for
I think that's a
insight,
sign of a mass
Sharon.
orgy, isn't
I
it?
was
Many
gonna
bananas.
say-
Yeah, what?
I was just going to say that I think it's actually a fantastic idea because if you leave your bananas in the top of the trolley and then you know you're available and then you can actually date knowing what other people have in their trolley. So if they've got nappies,
I see what you're
you know
saying.
they're a single parent.
Yes, yes.
I like that.
So it is a way of
idea.
getting an insight into them. It's like their bio on Tinder is there in the
Yeah.
trolley because you'd look at them going, too much processed
Healthy
food for
diet.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's so
Yeah. Oh,
processed
soy
stuff.
milk. No, thank you.
You know what, Sharon? Yeah, Sharon, you brought a bit of class to a somewhat a smutty topic. And I'm going to give you $150 worth of KFC for that.
Hey!
Oh, wow. Thank you.
I know.
I know,
The
mate.
gift of chicken.
Finger licking
Don't get
good.
the banana. Do they do a banana fritter?
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We know him, we love him because he's a WA icon.
yes.
We grow it, we sell it, you save.
That's
We've
right,
got his
everybody.
socks.
Yes, we do. Tony Gallardi is a good bloke. He came in here not long ago, hung out with us in the studio, and did not even mention that while he was away, he got to meet Pope Francis.
It's unbelievable.
Was that his missing word?
He told us about
Everything
I think
else.
his missing word was broccoli when he buried the lead, hasn't he?
Everything else. Except for the fact that he met the Pope. So the video's out, and the Pope's like wheeling down. You know, he's not walking exactly. Someone's pushing him on a wheelchair, and they've stopped his wheelchair for a minute, and then Tony's put his hand out, and they've said, "This is
Gave
Tony."
him some potatoes.
And then, yeah, exactly. And then Tony touched him. Tony touched him, and my thing is, have you ever known anyone to touch the Pope?
No.
Oh, you do see the kissing of the ring from
Yes,
time
yeah,
to time,
yeah,
but not
no.
anybody I know.
I would need to get Tony back on because I want to know if you touch the Pope, and I know he's not like a genie, but if you touch the Pope, does something good
you get a
afterwards?
vibe?
Feels
Do you
like there
get
should
a-
be something. Did
Do
the
you
Pope
think?
come through Kalgoorlie that time? Was I thinking, did he go through Kalgoorlie at all? Did he come through Perth
Which,
once?
the,
when he
the,
near
the,
the
John,
bulletproof
the John
thing?
Paul? No, I don't think he came
John
to Kalgoorlie.
Paul.
We just got the Queen and stuff.
Okay.
The Queen, the
Anyway,
Queen
sorry,
and
but if you
so-
do touch the Pope,
Yeah.
you would have to feel some kind of
Don't
radiation.
you know, but only if you're Catholic.
Really?
No,
Well, I mean, he's the king of the Catholics.
I know,
so-
but didn't he say
no,
so?
No, I think he saves his powers for his followers.
No, but he says religion's for everyone. Yeah, he
Yeah,
basically says God is for everyone. So he's,
yeah.
like, you know, he's,
Yeah,
like, he's
whatever,
a chill out sort of guy. You know, you don't have to join us, but I respect you. He's a, sort of like that guy. But I do feel like if I was to touch him and then buy a lotto ticket and not win the lotto, I'd be like, writing Jesus a letter.
By the way, I met one of your disciples here, and you gave me nothing.
It's amazing. I cannot believe
I've
that
been telling
Tony
everybody.
Gallardi.
Yeah.
Tony
We grow it, we sell it, you save.
Exactly. He gives to so many charities. He does all this kind of stuff. But come on, tell us that. He was here, as you said, Nat,
Yeah.
broccoli was his missing word.
Yeah.
We've
Not
talked.
the Pope.
He buried the lead, didn't he?
We've talked to people over the years about the famous people they've met. We've never talked about the famous people they've touched because touching doesn't mean
Touching's
meeting.
different, isn't it? Yeah.
Touching doesn't mean meeting. Touching is literally someone could be walking past
Yeah.
and you like put your little finger on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And that's
true.
your
Or,
claim to
you know,
fame.
the
That-
high
that's a good
five
one.
from
That's a good
from a performer
Yeah.
on stage.
I mean,
you know,
we're
when
lucky.
they-
We've
Yes.
touched a lot of famous people.
We've touched
Yeah.
Lady Gaga.
We've touched Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
I've written down some. We've touched Arnie. I touched Chris Pine and Carl Urban when I was over
Yeah.
in Sydney. He's from The Boys, Butcher.
Phil, we're going famous people.
I touched Duchess of York. Prince Charles, you've touched
Oh,
him.
yes.
Yeah.
Queen
yes.
Elizabeth, I've touched her.
Rihanna.
We've touched her. Chris Brown, we touched him.
Felt
He
dirty.
should have hit him, actually.
And the vet, I've touched him as well.
Ed Sheeran,
a lot.
we've
He
touched.
complained about it.
Troye Sivan, we've touched. Fergie, we've touched. John Cleese, we've touched. Graham and Tim from The Goodies, we've touched.
Yeah.
Hanson, Jared Leto, Martin Short and Steve Martin.
Yeah.
I
We
touched
touched
Jack
them.
Black.
I've got to say, though, I mean, a lot of those people come in and it's I guess you're just interviewing them stuff. But the one with Arnold,
Yeah.
when we got to meet him, that
Yeah.
was a moment for me where I
you
got so-
lost your
I
mind.
got so nervous.
Not just that.
And I felt, it was like, oh my
You
God,
kicked
that
over
was
the
an
water.
exciting
You
time.
did a lot of wrong things that day.
It was,
No, that was
it
terrible.
was a full-on day because it was the first time that I realised how tiny celebrities were, really.
Yeah.
It dawned on me because, like, I'd seen that they're tiny. They look
Yeah.
big on the big screen. They are tiny. And that's when you really realise that they're casting people with someone standing on a box.
Yeah.
The women might be a little bit shorter.
Often the women are taller than you think, and the men are shorter than you think.
You see the men, and it's like, Arnie's like shorter to me.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
No, he's a short
Well, he was 6'1" in the day. Like, he wasn't far off you.
Is he shrinking now?
Yeah.
6'1", was he?
Yeah. Oh, just look it up. Look it up. Yeah.
You always lie about Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sean. We're sick of it. We are sick of it. 13, 24, 10. We want to talk about the most famous person that you've touched.
Sorry, Samantha Fox. Samantha Fox! Who didn't have a... No, probably you.
That wasn't enough. That wasn't enough for Samantha. Sam, next time you run, next time you run the whole thing in, Sam.
She was a heartthrob of many young men.
You run the whole thing 6'2". There's no way he's 6'2".
Okay, he's not 6'2", but I reckon I was around the mark. Because when he was bodybuilding, he was so much bigger than in terms of height than everyone else.
Who was the basketball that recently came in? And it came in this year.
Yeah, you said that was Pepper.
This year, and they said that was
Elijah Pepper.
He said it was 6'3", and he wasn't because he was shorter than me.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I think they said he was taller than me, but he was shorter than me.
Yeah, I don't think he's much taller than me. If that.
13, 24, 10. We want to know where your hands have been. Talk to us.
You don't have to have met them.
Talk about the celebrity.
They might have just high-fived you.
You might have they might have left their window open in their bedroom one night. You put your hand there and touch their nose.
It's not weird.
Amy, our producer's got one. She's got one.
Who you got?
I know she has.
Can I win the prize?
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to drop a name here.
Oh.
But Matt Damon.
Oh, nice.
Matt Damon.
But better than Matt Damon, I was 18 years old at the Cot back in the day before they renoed it.
Yes. The grass
And
area
lo
at
and
the back.
behold, standing at the bar, we're packed like sardines, and I'm like, okay.
The anticipation's too much. We'll get the answer after a song.
And I'm like, I'm gonna walk past. Ben Cousins, and I brushed
him.
Past him, and I was like,
18-year-old Amy losing her mind.
I touched Ben Cousins.
Straight home from the circle work.
Sean.
Which means Broggies in a car.
13, 24, 10.
If you've just been trying to call, we've only got one person on phone
And
today,
it's
that's Amy. So she'll get in there now to take your calls.
On my WhatsApp group with some mates from footy, my mate Hornet, Peter Mann, he was there and he had a photo and was able to shake hands and get blessed by the Archbishop Desmond Tutu back in the day.
That's amazing.
Of South Africa, you know, the whole apartheid thing.
It was so weird. After Big Brother, I was on Rove, your cousin's show, and I was at the back, and I sat there for most of the night in the green room next to Mandy Moore.
That's random, isn't it?
And we just hung out for the entire night. Never seen her again.
Random Moore. Mandy's in. Here's another Mandy. Mandy's in Huntingdale. Hello, Mandy.
Hi, how you going?
Hey, good, Mandy.
Great,
All right,
Have
so
you
Mandy.
touched a celebrity?
Yeah, so it was Neil Diamond. I actually hugged him and he gave me a kiss and I gave him a rose and he signed an autograph for my grandma.
That's cute.
Neil Diamond.
That must be such a dent to his
Neil
ego
Diamond.
when he's like, can you sign something for my grandma?
Yeah, do we
He's
have
like,
any Neil Diamond in the system, Sam?
Bit of Sweet Caroline,
We would
surely.
have to, wouldn't we? Because we our sister station is smooth.
Oh yeah, it's not in our system, but yeah, it's in the system.
Yeah,
What have we got? There we go.
Get some up and back.
We all know it.
Yeah. I mean, crowds of singers.
Sam, how old are you?
The Everest,
Do you know this?
They were
Do you know
massively.
this?
Yeah, this is like a get drunk end of the night song to kids my age.
I
Don't they
just
sing
didn't
it
know
at GWS games as well?
I just didn't know where the cut-off for the generations were that wouldn't know this.
It's made a big revival
Yeah.
over in Sydney when they had the big race meet last week or the week before. That's just how they
49,000
started.
Wow.
49,000
group.
people were singing it. Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, that's great. Thanks for letting us discuss
Nice
Neil
story,
Diamond.
Mandy.
Let's go to Mika. Hey, Mika.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Good, Mika.
All right, so celebrities, the most famous person that
Okay.
you've touched
So,
and how?
I had 4 in 1.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay. I was in LA for Nicole Kidman's Life Achievement Award earlier this year.
Yes.
I high-fived Morgan Freeman.
Nice.
I got a selfie with Joey King
Yeah,
Yes.
so she's the girl from the act.
from the Gypsy Rose.
yeah,
Yes.
the Gypsy Rose
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
Also, Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman both gave me a little high five.
Nice. Now, when
So
you say you were there
you
for
were
it,
there,
were you
yeah.
invited to it or just happened to be on at the same time that you were in LA?
So I was actually just going down the Walk of Fame and they started setting up the red carpet and I was like,
Oh, what's going on here?
I'm just going to stand here for 6 hours and, waste the day.
Did you stand there for 6 hours?
We stood there for 6 hours and it was 100% worth it.
Oh, my God. Oh, my
Mika,
God.
that's awesome.
So funny.
That's great.
It was really good. And also on the height thing, Joey King is no taller than me and believe me, I'm a very short person.
Isn't it amazing? You've got to
man.
see, celebrities in real life, they are tiny.
Is Joey King a man?
No, Joey King is this girl. She's beautiful.
Very pretty girl.
Yeah,
she was in that
honestly,
show.
it's insane.
It was called The Act, where she played a girl whose mother acted like she was sick all the time, and then treated her like she was sick and she wasn't.
Okay.
Which is a true story.
It's a true story. Yeah. That's great, mate.
Well, there's a big guy. Morgan Freeman.
I know.
He's a standout to me. I don't know. I just
absolutely.
feel like I'd never get near him.
Now we've got Sam here who does our social media.
Yes, Sam.
Talk to me about where your hands are burned.
We need Sam's mic on.
My
There we
hands
go.
have been on Jennifer Lopez, Pharrell, and a Spice Girl.
Spice Girl.
Unfortunately, it was scary.
Who
like
hasn't touched Scary?
No.
Mel B.
Why?
I used to work in this fancy bag store in the city, and so
What's a bag store?
it's called Bally. It's not around anymore.
yeah.
But back in the day, like obviously being on King Street, it was like it used to be
Yes,
one of the
bit of a
shopping
mecca,
destinations.
yeah.
So you'd always get the celebrities when they come through town going up and down the street.
And
So.
were you coached on how to deal with celebrities?
No.
No? So
I was
what'd
like,
you
oh
do?
my God, hey, how are you?
Touching him all over. Wasn't
J-Lo,
frowned upon.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she was such a mole.
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah,
she's a
she was a mole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very short meeting, but you could just tell instantly.
That's the thing with celebrities. If you see them and they don't speak to people like sales assistants
Yes.
like normally, it's like, who do you think you are?
Yeah, that's right.
Was it hard to play cool? Or did you allow
He
to
didn't play cool.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't necessarily care about J-Lo, but like when she's in front of you, I was like, whoa, because I knew she was like down the street,
Yeah.
and I was like, I bet she's going to
Is she that beautiful close up?
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's absolutely gorgeous. But a mole.
Fergie. We touched Fergie.
Yeah, we did too.
Yep.
Luke's in Rockingham. Hello.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good, Luke.
Luke.
Okay, have you been touching?
Well, this sounds a little bit weird. Don't take it the wrong way. The late King of Pop, Michael Jackson.
Oh, we're taking it the wrong
mate.
way. Did
Sorry,
you touch him or did he
Yeah, it
touch
was
you?
the other way around.
No, actually, he shook my hand at Observation City when he did his tour. I think it was in about 98.
Yeah.
And all I remember from that was the softest hands possible.
Well,
Yeah, hasn't done a day's
why
work.
No,
you know.
that'd be softer than Sean's. I guess.
Hey, Luke. Picked up a spade in my life. Luke, how old were you at the time?
17.
You were safe.
Yeah. Thank God for that.
It was safe.
Did get an invite to the room, obviously.
All right. We better move on. Thank you, Luke.
to beat it.
Eugene is in Duncraig. Good morning, Eugene.
Morning.
Okay,
Eugene.
Eugene. Okay, talk to us. Who have you touched?
Flow Rider.
Now, why? Why have you touched Flow Rider? How did that come about?
He was over in Perth for a charity gig,
Yes.
and I was walking past him on the stairs,
Yeah.
and I thought, well, here's my opportunity. So I touched him on the tricep. Because you're not going to not touch Flow Rider
No,
on
of
the
course you're not
tricep.
going to not
God,
try
it's got
Flow
big
Rider.
guns.
Especially on the tricep.
You're only human.
Yeah, and he looked at me weird.
Yeah, I wonder why. On the tricep.
Just a little, that's a good
Oh, sure. If you get an opportunity to touch a celebrity on the tricep.
Yeah, you're not going to knock that down.
Hey, Eugene,
amazing.
straight in the same. I just remembered when I was in Vegas one time. Akon, he was right next to me, so I ended up wearing his jacket for the night. He had a white coat on. I stole it off him.
Hey, Eugene, how tiny was Pitbull?
It wasn't Pitbull.
No,
it was
sorry,
Flow
Flow
Rider.
How tiny was Flow Rider? Was he smaller in real life?
He was jacked.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
big unit, Flow
So
Rider.
singers, it doesn't work with singers. Movie stars and TV stars, they get smaller in real life, and singers tend to get bigger.
Bruno Mars is tiny.
No, I think Flow Rider. No, sorry. Who we talking? Who'd you say first of all? Pitbull. I think he's a little guy.
Oh, he's a pocket person. Eugene, impressive.
Thanks, Eugene. Haley's in Byford. Hello.
Hi, how are you guys?
Now, Haley, since your mum's been touching famous people, is it?
She has. She works in Brisbane Airport, and she has privately ushered many celebrities.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth,
Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively.
No way.
Does she get to touch them, though, in that capacity? Like, does she...
She does, yeah. She's had photos taken with most of them, and,
Okay, so
that's a big
Firstly,
bunch.
did she touch their triceps? I'm sure she would have. She would have ushering them through. Secondly, okay, we've heard a lot about Blake Lively lately. People are trying to cancel her, and they're saying that she's a bitch. Is Blake Lively lovely, according to you?
Blake Lovely. Lovely. According to my mum, she said that Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are both really, really down-to-earth people.
Now, can I say...
We're not going to argue with Hayley's
Can I
mum.
say as well, here's the deal, right? So that is Blake after a long flight to Australia.
that's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We at an airport speaking to someone that's just ushering her through, and she was lovely in that scenario. I don't think she's a bitch.
No, it seemed like there was a bit of a snowball job, by the way, with those kind of things
for
just
sure.
coming out. and
That
trying
was
to get her.
exciting.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We are talking about those flatmates that you have and their partner, they start hooking up with somebody and then the next minute they've kind of they're just
Moved
always there. And it's like, do you live here now?
It's interesting because we just got inundated with calls from females about, obviously, I think, boys moving in. Because I think that if a boy moves in, someone's boyfriend, they're usually pigs. They usually stink. But if a girl moves into, like, it's a share house with guys, or a girl moves
They
in,
clean up.
Suddenly there's a smell of impulse.
That's right.
There's like vegetables in the fridge.
The towels are hung
It
up.
must be a little bit exciting.
Amina, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hey,
Okay.
Amina.
Have you been in this situation? What happened?
I have. I was about 25 and my friend was 19. I'd met her through work and she was had fallen out with her family and friends because of religious reasons. She wasn't following the religion. So she'd basically been ostracised, had to move out of home, had nowhere to go. And so I said, okay, you can move in. So she and her cat moved into my house. And she wasn't having, her job wasn't a high-paying job, so I said, don't worry about it, it'll only be a while, don't worry about paying, just stay here.
That's nice.
And then her boyfriend started saying a little bit.
No.
And then he never left, and then neither of them were paying bills, and also because neither of them had lived out of home, neither could cook.
So you were doing it, you're like their mother, were you?
I became their mother.
Okay,
That is so
here's the deal. Sometimes something is so rude and shocking, and you can't believe that what's happening in front of you that you don't know. You can't even respond to it.
Yeah.
Is that how you were? It was like they're both because the fact that two people are living with you and you're paying for all of them, and they're a couple. That's ridiculous. But was that so shocking you didn't broach it?
Yeah, it was. It just kind of happened, and it kept going, and kept going, and then
how did it finish?
Before I knew it, it was 2 years later. And
You did this, but you paid for them for 2 years.
Pretty much.
Were they out buying new clothes and going out for dinner and stuff? Oh,
new car.
No. Oh, new car.
We're saving all that money on rent. Why not
so
get a new car?
angry for you.
I am enraged. Nothing worse, and I've done this over the years. I have lent money to my friends, right? And sometimes it's a big chunk. And then next minute I see them out and they've got a new iPhone or it's like,
or going to
read
Mauritius.
the room, or going to Mauritius,
or having seafood,
or having seafood.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Seafood dinner that you're not involved in.
You're a very good friend to have, Amina.
Dinner.
Yep.
I just said enough.
Did you? And that was it.
And that was that.
And what they just they just left, or
they
what?
couldn't believe it.
You know why?
Yeah, because they hadn't been pulled up before, so they don't know that their behaviour's terrible.
Yeah.
I know, but you do. Yeah. You know when you're freeloading off somebody for 2 years, Sean. If you haven't put your hand in your pocket for any of your living arrangements.
They were shocked.
She's fine.
They were shocked, Sean. They go, excuse me, we are saving for a trip to Europe. How dare you want money from us?
Coincidentally, another caller from Caramar. Caramar seems to be a hotbed of this sort of stuff. Dee, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, Dee. Have you been in this scenario? What happened?
Yes, the girlfriend and I, we lived together for over 2 years and we got along really, really well. No issues. Then she got a boyfriend and he stayed over every night right from the word go.
Yeah.
He would eat all of our food. So I'd go to get food and wouldn't have food.
I'd be so enraged.
And then he would leave a mess everywhere. He never helped clean up or contribute.
Yep.
But that's not the worst part. The worst part is they used to have sex all the time.
He was so hungry.
Really rubbing it in. Well, he had to replenish his socks to go again.
Our bedrooms were quite close together.
Yeah. Oh,
so I could hear them, and it was just a constant. A
All
constant.
right. So this is happening. It's horrendous. Did you speak to her, and what was her reaction?
No, I didn't.
No, this is the thing. This is my point. Sometimes something is so shockingly rude that there's no way on earth that anyone should be able to do that if they've been raised properly. And when it happens in front of you, sometimes it's so shocking you can't do anything.
I know. I totally get it.
Yeah, it was awful.
That is crazy.
I don't. Yeah, it's really funny with couples sometimes. They get a girlfriend or boyfriend, and next person, they're never apart.
Yeah, I know. From the get-go. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where's your space?
Sean,
Yeah, that's right.
Sean
He's into it.
should watch a lesbian relationship. It's amazing. They say
Just like
hello,
that.
and then boom, suddenly a dog
Yes.
falls out of the sky and they own it. I know
Thanks,
it.
Dee.
They're separated.
Nicole's in Dutch. Morning, Nick.
Hi.
Okay, talk us through it. What happened in your scenario?
So I was living with my brother, who's younger than me, and he got this new girlfriend, and she seemed to come over all the time. And I was like, why is she here? I was so mean to her because I was sick of her being there.
Yes.
And in the end, I found out years later that my brother was charging her rent and then only paying half the rent, and I had no idea.
And he was
so
pocketing it.
mean to her.
He was essentially almost living for free.
Pretty
Oh
much,
my
yeah.
God.
He was, yeah.
And this is the worst thing. If that is someone that's just a friend, you could probably go them legally for
I
that.
know.
But it's your bloody brother. So what did you say when you found out?
I was just like, are you for real? I was so mean to her. I was like, why are you here? Like,
And she was a paying customer,
and
as it turned out.
she was paying, contributing, but he never told me.
No.
Yeah.
That's a stitch up.
That is a stitch up.
But you need to tell people the whole situation.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Be upfront. Pay your share.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah. And if you're listening right now and you're in a share situation and you know that your partner's doing this, whatever, you know what? Just stand up. Stand up. Be a man or a woman and take control
Just
of the
broach it.
situation and say, hey, I know this is happening.
And go down the shops and buy a fridge full of food to start off with.
Right away.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.